think your beard,
Turn the recorder on.
Nick. I think your beard grew a lot more since I saw you last. You're muted. Your mic's muted.
Yeah, Mike's muted.
We need some signs to hold up.
You can hear us, okay? Your mic is down on the bottom left of your screen. It usually says turn on your mic.
Yeah.
How's that?
There you are. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been kind of tough. I lost my brother last weekend,
Oh no.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Sorry, man.
younger brother.
Yeah.
Had he been ill a while, or was it sudden? Or?
Yeah. Well, it was cancer, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty rough.
Oh,
We're sorry to hear that, Snake.
very
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
Hey,
Hey
Chris.
guys,
Hi, Chris.
how you doing?
How's Italy?
Oh, it's paradise.
Did you get any snow there? No, I'm just kidding. We we were enjoying Bill and Barry talk about the snow in New Orleans.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We had 7 inches up here. So it's still
Bill,
there.
Nice
Some-
video to play of New Orleans.
Yeah, I think maybe some of you have seen it on Facebook. Let me see if I can play this again. Let me
Oh,
see.
okay. Yeah.
Interesting. You see that, Barry?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this
yeah.
will play. Turn audio on. That is Bourbon Street.
Yeah, they had a couple skiing down Bourbon Street. They had a guy playing ice hockey on Canal Street last night.
I saw that. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Now you know what we have to deal with and do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something I didn't think I would ever see.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best one I saw was from a local school, Catholic school. One
Oh,
priest and 3 nuns were having a snowball fight.
Yeah, that was
really?
good. Yeah.
That was
Oh,
St. Catherine of
that was
Siena.
pretty
That's what my kids went to that school when we
St.
lived in
Catherine of Siena.
Catherine,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's right off of Metairie Road.
Mhm.
No, it was wild. No, it was different. One good thing is they
Hey, LeBeau.
Hey,
LeBeau.
hey, Labo.
Labo.
Hey.
Labo.
Hey, Gene,
Yeah, what I heard is Schenectady, New York had 7 inches and New Orleans had 8 inches.
Yeah.
Things are flipping around.
Hill's frozen over. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
This-
Orleans was
this is-
colder than
this is-
Moscow.
This is what the golden or the orange age looks like.
Look, I stepped out of my front door and it went above my knees.
That's insane. That's
They
insane.
probably didn't close down Schenectady for 4 days because of it.
I'm looking out my backyard right now. There's still snow out on the grass.
Same here, especially the front yard.
It hasn't gone above freezing, so it's
Just a little
hasn't
bit.
melted,
Well, the
So wait,
pictures,
They had
Oh.
the weather guy on Channel 4, and Bill and WW went and put a ruler on the roof. And they had 12 inches up there, the roof of their building. The corner.
well, all the highways are elevated because it's a swamp and they had to close all the highways. Can you imagine trying to drive 10 across Lake Pontchartrain with all that snow?
It was closed.
It's closed. Everything's closed. Yeah.
Causeway was
Didn't-
closed. Highway 55 out of Hammond was closed.
10, 12,
Out of
I-12.
Slidell was closed. You could not get to New Orleans from the North Shore. Unless you had an airboat or something like that.
Hey,
Hey, Mike.
isn't
Hey, Mike.
isn't there a song that talks about ice skating on Lake Pontchartrain and the alligators and stuff there? I think there's a song with those lyrics.
I
I'm
don't
trying to remember what
that
it was.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry, you and Bill
snowball
can,
fights in New Orleans the last few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
was it New Orleans or was it the state or somebody that You all borrowed or rented some snow plows?
It was the Orleans Parish rented them from Indiana.
Indiana, that's what it was. Yeah.
That's
They
a
said,
lot.
why, they asked the guy, well, why Indiana? He says, well, they had started working their way down from Indiana, doing work in Arkansas and Mississippi. And so they just contacted people that thought might need snow plows.
Mm,
Sure, bring them on, you know?
excellent.
Mike,
Keep
we-
going south. Well, you know,
Yeah,
it just about shut down Houston.
hey, Mike,
They had to close the airports here, and in Dallas we got no problem at all. It's cold, but it's clear, and
Florida Panhandle got snow.
hey, Mike,
Say New
Yeah.
Orleans is totally shut down.
Yeah.
Mike,
What?
you remember my younger brother, Tom?
No,
I thought you knew him.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, well, I lost him this weekend.
Oh, man.
oh,
Sorry to hear that.
how old was he?
83.
Oh my goodness!
Man, we got a Denver connection today. I'm looking all next to each other. Street, Laveau, Mike.
Yeah, Denver and New Orleans. Well, did what, 2 or 3 of you from New Orleans? How you been,
Yes.
LeBeau?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. You know, all those flyers in LA, that's all where I used to live. I mean,
Yeah.
places I used to go and everything are just completely gone.
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
horrible.
And got a lot of friends out there, and they said the air is just horrible. And my wife and I were supposed to leave today to go out there for about 10 days, and everybody's saying, don't even come.
Yeah.
It's just insane out there.
It's just tragic.
Yeah, it's very tragic. But I mean, I think about that, and then snowing in New Orleans. I'm going, okay, it's a crazy, crazy
Yeah.
year.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
God.
That's a good one.
Where?
Jackson Square. Where's the street man?
One of the best videos I saw of New Orleans was people on skis and hockey skates
Yeah.
going down Canal Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a guy practicing hockey in the middle of Canal Street. It was frozen solid. Yeah.
Well, hey, how are the street cars running, Barry?
Not yet.
It didn't look like any kind of thing running except people and walking.
Yeah, nothing's running. I mean, it's starting to come back right now.
Well, you
Right.
know,
Today, the day before, nothing was running. Nothing.
Wow.
the thing about the cold, even down here in Texas, if you don't drip your faucets and you freeze your water lines,
Oh, yeah.
you're in trouble. And I wonder about everybody down south with all that cold, because they don't plan on that stuff.
Oh, no.
Well, we
we're
do that here in
Yeah.
Denver too, Gene, because on the really cold days below 0 or whatever, any kind of plumbing that's on an outside wall, not in the wall, but on it, in a cabinet in it, we drip the faucets and leave the cabinet doors open.
We do the same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
We
pretty
learned
much
how
have to take it's a minor precaution, but a hell of a lot cheaper and safer than not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of houses
Yeah.
in New Orleans are raised houses. So if you don't do that, I mean, the pipes, freeze, so it's quickly.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. I've had that happen a couple times, and it ain't worth it. And you know what? Recently, one of my friends left the cold water dripping, but they didn't leave the hot water dripping because they didn't think they needed to. So what happened? They froze the hot water pipe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 'cause that runs up through the attic. Most of the places here,
Yeah, they say run both waters, just lukewarm at a lukewarm feel, both of them. I didn't go.
Yeah, there was a lot of snowmen dressed up like for Mardi Gras too. People make
Yeah.
dressing them with Mardi Gras beads and stuff like that. And one gal I know that does burlesque, she dressed hers up and had a G-string on it. And it was all kind of different things.
So Snake, how old are you these days?
How old am I?
How old are you?
87.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, wow.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Jim.
How doing?
hi Jim.
One of the services for your brother, Snake.
Huh?
One of the services for your brother.
He's going to go to Fort Logan, which is a national military. It'll be cremated, and it'll be in March 9th.
Okay, got a while. Okay, yeah.
That's
Sorry
too
for
bad.
your loss there.
He was in bad shape, but He's done suffering now.
Mhm. Did you get a chance to see him before he passed, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw him probably the day before.
Sorry to hear about that, Snake.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So am I, but he's in a better place now.
Yeah. Yeah. I played this a couple times already, but since new people are here, it's a kind of a your father's mustache twist to the snow in Bourbon Street.
oh, yeah.
This thing going again here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry, weren't you supposed to play that job?
Yeah, that guy some talent. He's playing Bourbon Street Parade backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's another way to get to work. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, some scenes I never thought
You
I'd
know-
see in New Orleans, you know.
That reminds me of when I was a kid in Denver with the Gold Sash Band, and we used to have to play for the stock show parade in February. And Colorado in February, very very similar to that. And we were supposed to march in a straight line no matter what we were walking through. Of course, the stock was in front of us. And at one of the parades, I was crying and the mouthpiece froze to my mouth. I was playing
Oh,
sousaphone.
Oh my.
Whoa.
And the director came back and he said, "Don't stop playing." And at the end of the parade, they had to pour warm water over my mouth until I could take the mouthpiece away without taking away the skin.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, the
That's what
stock
that
show's
reminds
going
me.
on right now. Stock show's
Is
gonna
it?
end on Sunday.
Wow. Heard musicians were cool, but that's ridiculous.
Hey, when you're in the marching band, it doesn't matter with the weather. You show up.
Well, marching bands, and
That's a good one.
when I went to college in southwestern Colorado in the 60s, tuba valves and trumpet valves would freeze up, trombone slides would freeze. Drummers, we had to tape our sticks to our hands because it was so cold we couldn't hold on to them.
Cool.
Wow.
Glycerin and rose water is what you put on the valves. Yeah. Hey, there's Dave Bartran. Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, I found out today that he's had not Alzheimer's, Parkinson's for about a year and a half,
Oh,
and he deteriorated badly last year and didn't make it. He died earlier this week.
Yeah.
fantastic player. I knew a bunch of guys in LA that worked with him in the studio.
One of the best, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What
There's
year
a
did
nice short video on YouTube of him doing that tuba solo on There'll Be One Child Born, or whatever the title of that song is.
Right.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he,
Tony Klatka on trumpet beside him from Colorado.
But you look at that picture and you know where he started.
that's 1964, one of the very first bands at the Red Garter in Boston. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
And that's
Huh.
That's Pete Levin on the left. He's not a tuba player. He was actually a Juilliard French horn player, but he's now a keyboard guy, and he's managed to make a very nice living, as has David. So it's great. On the right-hand side is Carl Lunsford. You don't see many pictures of him, but he was the banjo player at the Garter and then the Mustache in Boston.
He was with Turk Murphy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill, where'd you get this picture?
Gim sent it earlier
Yeah.
today.
Jim sent it.
On my email. Yeah.
I got it from Pete Levin. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that
Yeah,
picture.
Pete sent it to me too.
Yeah, good.
I like that picture Tom posted for the invite. Was that the show band or something? With
Yeah, that was a nice picture.
Yeah, with the suit, with the case. I like that picture. That's
Oh, the one was the invitation to the
Yeah.
that was the thing that we did in Lebanon, New Hampshire. And we did that, what was it, 12, 13 years ago? And it was kind of a payback because Joel had that ski accident where he hurt his head. He had an injury in his head. I forget exactly what it was. Anyway,
Ran into a tree.
He ran into a tree, and that's what hurt him. But I'm trying to remember what the injury was. But it was something in his head, and he went to the local hospital, and that's why we went up there to do a benefit for them. It was fun. It was nice weekend.
That's a great photo.
McLaren didn't have his white pants, but that.
Oh,
I guess we can excuse him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend.
Very nice.
So that was actually after the 50th reunion, that one. Yeah.
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 Yeah, 2012. Huh. You know, I can't think of a McLaren without remembering my first gig at Point Pleasant on the 4th of July. There was a little half moon stage that had a brass rail on it, and we were playing God Bless America, my first gig. And I decided for dramatic effect to balance on the rail. And of course, I fell on my ass and the slide went flying across the room. And this lovely lady in a polyester pantsuit caught it between her legs as she was standing up. And the whole band was just laughing. McLaren had his sousaphone bell on the stage, and he was rolling around laughing like this. And Bill Higbee still playing, singing, "What the hell's going on?" And everybody was singing "God Bless America." Almost ended my career if she hadn't caught the slide.
Yeah, boy.
yeah. Wow.
Wear an iPhone when you need one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I was going through some of the pictures and I found this one, which I'm not
Oh,
sure
yeah.
where it came from.
Who's that?
Undersayer.
That's Neil,
Oh.
isn't it? That's Neil, isn't it?
Heel, yes.
Yeah.
Boy, that's classic.
Wow, that's
Like
good.
his get up. That looks great.
I mean, it almost looked like Bonnie in the background, Bill.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
it looks like he could play the banjo and shoot you.
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Neil
Good
always stuck with the derby hats.
A good picture.
Hey, before I forget, I have an almost new, seldom worn red and white striped vest here that I don't have any use for anymore. If anybody wants it, when you send me your address, I'll send it to you. If anybody wants it. If not, it'll go to ARC or somebody.
How many miles does it have on it?
I mean, what?
How many miles? You said a washboard, right?
No. A red and white striped vest.
Oh,
Oh, a vest. Sorry.
What?
No, my washboard's my washboard's got thousands of miles on it. It's going into a music museum here in Denver next week.
really? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
They have a music museum in Denver?
Yeah, it's called the Rocky Mountain Music Museum.com, Gene. Did you ever know a guy named Gordon Close, a jazz guitarist?
No,
From
Rocky Mountain
Melody
Music
in
Museum.
Englewood.
No, Rocky Mountain Music doesn't.
Rocky Mountain Music Museum.com is a fascinating place.
Hmm.
I've been donating stuff there for about 3 years. And they got pianos and guitars and old jukeboxes and Victrolas and all kinds of stuff. You should all look it up. There's Gordon Close that owns it, has a bunch of little short tour videos of the place. It's amazing.
Check
Yes,
that
again.
out.
Like, what's
By the way,
the,
Gene, your picture's in there a whole bunch of times.
no, what's the
Cool.
address?
Rocky Mountain Music Museum.com.
Okay,
Whose picture's in there?
Yours.
My picture?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, Gene, I've got pictures of going back to Solar Energy Band and all other
Oh.
kinds of stuff from all the years we've done music in Colorado. You know, in the Bowling Bush and everything. And I've donated almost all of those pictures to the Music Museum.
Well, thank you. Well, I got to tell my granddaughter who lives up there with my great grandkids to go by the museum and see.
It's in it's
It's
just
your
south of
grandpa.
Hampton. It's just south of Hampton and west of Federal Boulevard.
Right where I
and,
used to live.
I mean, I've donated pictures of Queen City and Craven's bands and Sons of Bix and all kinds of bands. There's videos, Snake, of Mile High Banjo Society and all kinds of stuff in there.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, nobody in my family wants that stuff, and I didn't want it to go in the trash. And got talking to Gordon one day, and I said, "You need to have stuff in here on washboards, and your father's Mustache nightclubs is in there, and the Denver Mustache Band." So there's a lot of stuff, man.
Oh, sounds interesting.
You know, I remember playing the Denver club down on Lerner Street, and that's when Lerner Street was the one block that they'd fixed up.
Yeah,
And then
that's where I first met Eugene in 1970.
that's right. And then you go on down, and the rest of it was just the Skid Row.
Winos.
And we would play the gig, and then we'd go take a break and go down to one of the strip clubs or go to one of the wino places and get $35 glasses of wine. You remember the names of the strippers?
Yeah. Oh, some of them I
Oh,
don't want to
God.
repeat here, but they were on Sid King's on East Colfax.
Yeah, Gentry used to talk me into going down there. I couldn't.
Hey,
Didn't let my
remember the
parents
fire-
know where we were going.
Hey, Gene, remember the fire truck we had?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bill, did you get the picture that I sent you?
I got it, but the image was really small. I wasn't able to extract it to anything.
Yeah, I couldn't blow it up either. That's from a sales ad.
Yeah, if you have the full size image, it was kind of like small.
Yeah,
I didn't save
I
it.
was hoping it would be big enough to just show, but it's a fully restored, same model as what we had, 1936 American LaFrance pumper truck.
I just remember we used to keep barrels of green beer on the fire truck as we went down the parade route. Of course, we'd
Yeah.
be drinking,
We had kegs giving them out to everybody along the parade route.
and we got in front of the reviewing stand, and of course, we had to stop the truck and play Temptation while one of the waiters did the strip on the cab. That actually happened, believe me. I was
Yeah.
there playing in the band.
Oh, it did. It did.
Yeah, I've never been to Denver. I just didn't expect it. I didn't know they had a Skid Row there.
Oh, that whole area, Bill, was just dead from through the 50s and early 60s until a woman named Dana Crawford started redeveloping it. Now you got Goorsfield and all kinds of bars and restaurants and everything down that whole area.
Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Roger.
You know,
I'm sorry I'm late. I was at the White House because they're letting all the felons in today. Is that today or next week? I lost my invitation.
I beg your pardon.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
They're
well,
good.
you know,
I have to do a take on that song. I beg your pardon. I didn't promise you something. So
Rose Garden, yeah.
There are
Here's
no
one of the
crimes
pictures
anymore.
that Roger that I was in that I think you sent one point. Do you recognize any of those people?
Those came off of the submarine ship coming up to Mississippi. No, I don't recognize. But they're having a good time. They got their mustaches on, except that one guy. I think they're just actually customers. That's what we did. We made everybody have a good time. It was our
You know,
job.
50 years later, there's still an awful lot of mustache cups from New Orleans and Denver and New York
Yeah.
available on online.
Really?
I wish I would have taken some more cases.
They run anywhere people are charging anywhere from $8 to $20 for them.
Well, that's ridiculous. And it's not doesn't have any beer in it.
we got
No,
one. We got one from New Orleans, one from New York and 5 from New Orleans still.
I've got about 6 of them.
Yeah.
I only got a couple. I got one of the first ones out.
Wow.
And then
I
the
don't know,
one,
when we sold them all the time, people would complain, but then they would never bring them up to get their money back.
no, because you got them drunk.
Great.
I
Get out
used
of
to have
here.
2 improper Bostonian mugs, but I don't know what the hell happened to them.
Take your mug and get out of here.
I still got my hat from Carnegie Hall,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
and it doesn't have a bite out of it yet.
I have a
Not
hat
having any luck
somewhere.
bringing that picture up, Bill?
Oh, I'm sorry, say it again.
Are you not having any luck bringing that fire truck
Oh,
up?
no, I didn't go looking for it. I was sorry. I'll try. I'll get it for next week.
Okay.
Oh, incidentally, Tom, congratulations, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that your first one?
No, it's the second one. I got 2 kids in San Francisco and they both have a kid. So
Oh,
Well, that's
cool.
good.
all we do is go back and forth a lot.
That's good. That's what happens when you got kids who live in other states.
Yeah.
Old fashioned.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at that.
10th Street. Look at that stamp, 6 cents.
Good.
Something happened here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut out in about 5 minutes. Got to take my great grandson back home.
Oh,
He just waved at me. My youngest one, he's just turned 3, and I've got one of those blue plastic trombones. He's 3 years old. He comes over the other day, and first thing he does is unzip the horn, put it together, and start playing it.
Taught him well.
Honest to God, hey,
Before you jump off, Gene, I've got a clip for you here. Let's see.
okay.
So, let's see. Come on, let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to play.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice picture.
No, it's not a picture. Let me see if I can get it there. It's
Oh, it's a
not
I see
video.
Gentry in the background there.
video. Let's see.
Yep.
My name's Gene Roof, also known as Gene LeBeau. I'm a trombone player. And I first heard about the mustache through a tuba player named Bill Clark. And Bill, actually Mike Gentry is here. Mike Gentry played tuba at a Shakey's one weekend, and then he got hired at the Mustache. So the manager had promised everybody a tuba player. And they called me up instead. I walked in, and that's where it all started. But I started playing valve trombone, and they let me sneak into the Mustache and play. Of course, I wasn't old enough either. So one night,
Trial labor, Joe. Trial labor.
one night they tell me Joe Shimone's coming in, so they let me sneak in the back door, and I played the first set. When I finished the set, one of Joel's managers, I guess, whatever those bodyguards' names were that you carried with you, said, Joel wants to see you downstairs.
That was Joan, wasn't it?
Joel said, I got 2 things to tell you. Number 1, you can't come in here anymore. You're not old enough. It's the only bar in Denver I couldn't go in. Said, number 2, if you learn to play slide trombone, I've got a job for you in New Jersey. So I learned 4 songs. I'm looking over 4-leaf clover, Tiger Rag, Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey, and the Saints Come Marching In. About 3 minutes later, one of those guys who was at that meeting came into the Shakey's. I saw him. Next thing you know, I get a call from Joel. So he sent me out to Point Pleasant to work with Bill Higbee and Barry. Yeah, I'm a tuba player, a good tuba player. I only know 4 songs in the trombone.
What do you do? Free on the tuba.
He puts me on 5 nights a week on trombone. And poor Barry had to play with me on the week, and then he gets to play with Neil LaFeo on the weekends. And Friday night, New York City, with Jeff Alswang, and Saturday night, Lake Compound. How many guys played Lake Compound? Anyway, thanks, Joel. I appreciate it.
That was
a great piece. Yeah.
Really.
Thanks so much, Bill. That was fun. Oh my God, yeah. Well, listen, I just had to make it today. Normally, I'm not able to do it because of schedule it, but it's snowing on Bourbon Street, 8 inches. That's just insane.
It's insane.
Insane.
When I went to New Orleans, it snowed. I think it's in 66. So, but there wasn't nothing like this.
Mm-mm.
This is crazy.
Were any of the
Started in
bars
Orleans
open
and
at
we
all?
met in Denver.
There really is a climate change. How about
Yep.
that?
Gee, surprise, surprise. You know what I heard is, what they're saying is, the jet stream is kind of was going like this, so the cold had come down, but since we got more warming and there's less water, now it's going like this, and that's why it's throwing stuff all over the place.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
my youngest brother is a chemical engineer, got a doctorate in chemical engineering. He was telling me that because the fresh water is lighter than the salt water, that's going to slow down the current, and that's going to change the weather. So
I believe
there'll be a change in the weather. There'll be a change. What's that song?
The times they are changing.
Hey, listen, it's so good to see you all, Bill. I'm glad
too,
to see
Gene.
you. Everybody,
nice to
Take
see
care,
thanks so
man.
you.
much.
Gene.
You
Take
guys
care.
take care.
Come
Don't
back-
forget
come back again.
soon. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, well, since we're talking about a change, let's go back to the old days.
Oh, wow.
Dream room.
Dream room.
This is
Jackie Gardner
this is the
played his
building
last
before the
stand there.
Mustang.
Wow.
I wonder can you see who the people were playing there at this time? I don't think you can see that. I don't know. Nah.
A little fuzzy.
Tony,
They have the same doors to go in.
Tony Almarico.
yeah,
He was a band leader,
and
trumpeter.
Johnny Cochran. Is that what?
And Johnny Cochran, really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. I think.
Yeah. Or it might just be Johnny Cockman.
Could be. But yeah, the building changed a lot when the Mustache took it over.
Yeah, well, we extended the balcony
Yeah.
all the way over.
Mhm.
I'm not quite for sure how the inside. I have pictures of the inside. I can't tell the total layout of it. The band was on this bandstand playing, and I think it's been a fun time to be around then.
It was been interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we were sort of in that time period anyway.
I would have been too young to get in then.
What year was that picture?
What year was that?
Yeah, roughly.
It was probably early 60s. Because the Mustache opened, I believe, in 64, 65, though. Because Fred and I came down from Cape Cod, and it had just been open for a while. That was in 65.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met Joe on Bourbon Street. One night, Fred said, "You got to come down to New Orleans." I said, "Okay." Yeah, we're going to go to this place. They sing all the time. And Fred and I were in choir together. Said, "Oh, great. We love to sing." Go in, we said, right down front. It's got shit face and kept singing. Went back to the next night. And this guy was standing out front. And I said, it was Joel, who didn't know who he was. I said, "Oh, my two best customers are back." Fred and I got so excited. They know us already.
I got an old clip. I got a clip of you, Roger, talking about some of that from the last reunion we had. Let's see.
My favorite story is my first job at Your Father's Mustache was a parking lot attendant and a janitor at the original Cape Cod. And from there, I went down to New Orleans after the summer, right after Betsy went through. So we saw destruction, Fred and I saw destruction there. And then we started working at the Mustache. And then I started doing bookkeeping. And then from there, I just kept on enjoying my work. Went to Denver, went to open the club in Chicago. Too cold, I went back to New Orleans. Then I went to New York to work out of a corporate office for 3 or 4 years. So Your Father's Mustache was the time of my life, right under my nose.
Yeah, a big time, a big part of your life.
Really, a big time.
Yeah.
I don't know Oh, I know. My other choice was to go to New York and play with Bob Dylan.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I can't get out of this picture again. Let's say.
Oh, I'm getting.
Okay. I'm
Kind of a
sorry.
cool picture.
Well, guys, I'm fading. It's 11:30 here, so
11:30.
Take care, Chris. Good to see you, man.
see you next week, I hope.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Enjoy.
Say hello to Pope Francis if you see him.
We call him Frank here.
Oh,
Frankly.
Great.
Well, Roger, here's another picture that
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's Davies.
that's
David Feet.
Maynard and Les Bennett and Pete on the tuba.
Maynard.
I always try to get a picture of Pete in every week.
The middle guys, was from England,
Mhm.
and he was crazy though,
He was something else.
but that helped get a job, I guess.
Didn't he carry a gun in his boot or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's right here.
I remember he just called me over there one night. He said, "Let me show you, Bill. Let me show you." He showed me a gun. He had a little pistol in his boot. So
He used to the banjo player used to next door at that time was called the Intellect. And it was just
really?
people just hang out. All musicians would come and just jam in there at night times. There'd be a lot of jam session going on, and sort of fun.
That was before it was Andy's.
Yes, yeah. What happened? Les
Moore.
Joe Biggs owned it, and we leased it out to him. And he was a cool guy. He was a private detective also, but he wasn't paying his bills, and because they used our beer, and he didn't pay the electric bill, so I had to tell him he had to leave. And I lived up on Esplanade at that tall White House, and I lived on the main floor, and Joanne and Max lived upstairs. And I asked her if she'd be interested in taking this over. She said, yeah. And she took it over and turned it around, had Les Moore play a lot in there and other people. Then she lost interest down the road, so then I went in and took it over. More to the mirror. It was a fun time. And
Hey,
David,
guys, I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm having a struggle breathing, so it's good to see y'all. I hope to see
Okay,
you
well,
next-
everybody, we're gonna try to do this next week. I'm gonna be on the road, but I'm gonna stop and try. So
Okay,
we'll send an
Okay.
invitation out, and hopefully it
Mm.
works.
great.
all right. I gotta go.
Okay.
All
Take
right.
care,
take
y'all.
care, Mike.
Adios. Hasta luego. With my car.
Yeah. Which one, the T-Bird or the Fairlane?
Yeah, the T-Bird.
Okay.
I think that it's a Ford behind it.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's probably about in the middle or late 50s. Looks like a car my dad had.
No, the mustache wasn't open in the 50s. So
No, I'm talking about the car.
Oh, okay.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But the Intellect was there. You can't see the sign. But
Yeah.
Intellect was on the far right. And you can see where the balcony is all the way over now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of crazy things happen on Bourbon Street now. Of course, they did then, but it was more of a normal strange things, I guess.
Yeah. You know, there was all the street people too. We had the people of all the NOLA Express people, the vendors that would sell that, and then had the process, the Harry Krishnas, you know.
Oh, yeah, they used to come down the street, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy on the 500 Club was Marcellus.
Oh,
And,
Carlo. Yeah.
he sent a guy over to talk to me. He said, I'm supposed to talk to you. I said, oh, okay. So I went and talked to him. Said, listen, we're interested in buying that club there. I said, well, I'm not the owner. I said, you have to talk to this guy by the name of Ron Sater. He will talk to you about that. I said, I don't think we're going to be selling. But he was just a nice guy.
Well, in my freelance career as a photographer, Carlos Marcellus still owes me $25. He hired me to shoot the strippers across the street, and I went in there a couple different times, and it was It was long before the people had cell phones or a lot of cameras, and
Mhm.
the girls in there were biker girls, and they wanted pictures and to put in magazines and stuff. And so this one girl standing there, and she goes, "I got some tattoos. Is that a problem?" I go, "Well, where are they?" And she just pulled her panties down and showed Popo Tijo on her pussy, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't think that's a problem."
Nice tattoo.
Was that upstairs, above the 500 Club? You did that?
No, that was on the main floor. Well, yeah,
Oh.
we were upstairs when the girls came out,
Yeah.
privately, but it was funny.
You never collected from him, huh?
Yeah. Well, we used to have the Silver Frolics right across the street from us,
Yeah.
the female impersonator,
The best looking strippers on Bourbon Street, even though they were men.
I never forget how I was working doors. The first time I met Sandra Sexton, I did not know Sandra Sexton was a guy, and I'm just working at the door, and of course, tipping the hat, and I said hello, and she said, "Hi there." Well, okay, yeah,
Good looking man.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And I used to like it when the strippers, when the Silver Frolics guys would come over on ladies' night. We would kind of split the difference and charge them halfway. But
there were a number of nights that they didn't open up on time, and there'd be somebody sit in front of the club getting ready, and he'd go from a guy to a girl with the makeup and everything, and it was pretty fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All those, like the doormen up and down Bourbon Street, they sort of talked to each other. They kept an eye on the club across the street all the time. And someone started trouble, there'd be a gathering, all the doormen pounding on this guy all of a sudden. Keep him moving down the street.
Well, I remember one night when
Barker, he'd say, "Pay attention. Say Hecker Mo Decker, they all got a pecker."
Pay attention now. Pay attention.
That was James McGivern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one night Roger's out front and Tinkerbell's from across the streets with him.
Oh, yeah.
I come walking out and Roger says, "Hey, Tinkerbell, this is Tom. Tom's from Missouri. You know what that is?" That's
Oh, forgot about it. Yeah,
I
right.
think McGivern asked Tink one time why he didn't replace his front teeth or anything. He said, "Well, it's better that way."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. Oy.
Never a dull moment with your mustache.
No. I remember one time it was kind of an Oriental looking girl. I can't say she was Japanese or whatever, but it was a streetwalker, a hooker that we knew, and somebody was hassling her real bad, and she just came in and she said, "Can I just stand here by the cigarette machine?" I said, "Sure," that. But she got real close. It breathed on me. Her breath was so bad. I kept thinking to myself, "Good Lord,"
What type of toothpaste was she using?
Yeah, I don't know. Or what she uses for a toothbrush, for that matter. I don't know. Anyway, but no, it was always interesting. Just the people on the street, was interesting, and I'm sure we were interesting to them too.
The cops on the street were very interesting. It was always the same guys.
Really?
And we could do no wrong,
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm going to have to get off a little bit early too. My son Daniel just popped in. It's his birthday tonight. And he just brought me.
I saw that picture, Bill. That was a nice picture you put on Facebook.
Yeah.
You and your
Yeah, they were out eating. He was going to swing by the house for a cake and stuff before. I can hang here for a little bit, but when DJ comes looking, the grandson's going to come looking for me soon. I have a
Uh-huh.
yeah, so,
Okay, sounds good.
You doing good, Bill?
huh?
You recuperating good and all?
I'm recouping. I'm doing great. I'm doing my rehab. They canceled it for yesterday because of ice, but do it 3 days a week, and I'm doing well. Actually, my heart feels good. It's just the incision, where they cut your chest open.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with that for a while, you know. As Tom knows, Kent McBride was on talking about his when he had his, and he got to a wreck and an airbag deployed on his sternum before it healed completely. So that's always a problem because they kind of wire it together until it's firm, you know. I can't go picking up grandkids yet, which DJ doesn't know, but he thinks I'm a gymnasium. He's like, crawl up, you know. So. But, it's working out. I'm feeling wonderful.
Good. Praying for you.
Yeah. So, you know.
Okay. Well, while we're doing the pictures, we got.
That's
pictures, buddy.
Fred.
Oh, Fred.
What a character. Yeah. Not too often you go through high school with this a good friend and you end up traveling around and working in the same business for forever, it seemed.
That was a real nice memorial party that not a party, what do you call it down there?
For Fred, yeah.
Celebration of life?
Yeah, that's that's good. Yeah. That was real nice.
Yeah.
Andy was there and all kind of people. You know.
Yeah, Bob Osborne. That's the last time I saw Bob.
Yeah, last time we saw Bob.
Fred's,
LaRue was there.
LaRue. In fact, LaRue, that's for the last time I saw LaRue or Bob.
Yeah.
Before they died. It was at Fred's memorial.
Yeah.
Did Bob die of cancer?
Yeah, Bob was wasting away quickly.
Yeah. And what about LaRue? What was his ailment?
LaRue seemed to be kind of sudden. Like I didn't even know he was sick or anything.
I think it was cancer.
LaRue also. Okay. Yeah.
Bob Osborne was influential in my life because it was a Sunday night. It was cold and kind of rainy and nobody was in the club. And I'm just standing at the door working and I turn around and I see Bob and I go, holy shit, he's 38 years old. I could be here when I'm 38. Next day I went up to UNO and signed up.
All I remember is Bob was reliable if you had some trouble in the club. He can take
He was great.
He was great, yeah.
He was one mean dude.
He used to come to our get-togethers for dinner occasionally. You know, remember when down the city.
No, he was nice to us. But I'm just saying, but like as far as if you were on the wrong side of him, it's like you know,
tough guy.
Yeah, he was.
Bought your car, Billy?
Huh?
He bought your car.
He bought my old Triumph Spitfire from me when I got married. You know, he paid me cash, plus he gave me a sock with silver dollars and silver and half dollars, but they were pre-1967, so they were. And he said, "Is he going to buy them back from me one day?" I said, "Sure." I kept them. I still got them. He never did buy them back from me.
It won't mail.
I have a picture of Bob at a Christmas party we had.
Yeah, with a family.
Giving you a little gift. Yeah. That was a good picture.
Really?
Stogie the size of a newspaper.
It was either a joint or a tampon. I'm not sure.
It'd be a big tampon.
Yeah. But I remember Bob, it was after the mustache burned down. He was working at another club somewhere, and I wasn't there.
It was at Jimmy's.
But he
Jimmy's
got
on Oak Street, I think it was.
And a guy shot him, and Bob put him in the hospital.
Oh, God.
After he got shot. Yeah, so
I think it was that club Jimmy's. Now I think it was on Oak Street, maybe somewhere over there. That's where he got. That's where it was.
He shot Bob.
Yeah, Bob got shot with an altercation with this guy, but the other guy's the one that went to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are gone. We do those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a lot of friends that live everywhere. You don't think about when you're younger. All of a sudden, your number of friends have disappeared. You know, they die. What the hell's going on?
Well, when you get into your 70s, the attrition rate hikes itself up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kent wrote me today. He had to go out and check out a different doctor today, so he couldn't be on, but he said to say hi.
Oh my goodness.
So if you talk to him, tell him we said hey to.
A different doctor. Different doctor.
Alzheimer's, and he's trying to get a better doctor for her.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know he's mentioned that she has Alzheimer's, but man, that was back when I was still living at my other house. So that was like 6,
Well,
7 years ago.
she's been on. It's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is she doing okay considering?
Something different.
You know,
Because
he
you don't live that long with Alzheimer's, you know. So
No, she's. I think she's in great shape physically. She's just gone, and you know, he
Yeah.
with that all the
Dementia.
time.
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
I mean, towards the end of his working life, he was driving Uber and stuff so that he could do it whenever he needed to, because he had to take care of her all the time.
Who's it?
Yeah.
And one of his daughters sub while he was out doing whenever he had to work. One of them came by. So I think that's what he said.
Yeah, because my mom, they thought she had Alzheimer's for a long time. We were taking there's no test. They just tested her for memory and stuff like that. But she went on for about 4 years, and the doctor said it's not Alzheimer's because she would be alive still. And it turned out it was like she wasn't getting enough. It was arterial. She wasn't getting enough blood to her brain.
Really?
Her arteries had hardened so bad. Her valve in her heart, it was like open less than 1/4 of a centimeter.
Hey.
It was pumping like hell, but it just wasn't getting the blood to her brain. It slowly just starved and shriveled up. But it seemed just like Alzheimer's because of her memory problems and forgetting things and all that. But
Wow.
you know, so
Just never know. I guess we're all fortunate we're still here.
yeah, I think
Same thing with Karen when she was declining like that. It you know, you tried not to think about the fact that it might be Alzheimer's, but then it turned out to largely be sleep apnea. She wasn't getting enough, oxygen to her brain. So
She's doing good now. Huh? She's doing good now.
She's a little bit more forgetful than I am, or maybe a lot more.
That's probably normal.
Yeah. Well, some of it is, some of it isn't.
A big thing. A lot of people have that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, they didn't think about. Oh, he just snores a lot. You know?
Yeah.
That's what they thought.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to run. Everybody take care. It's good to see everybody. Stay warm. Stay warm, huh?
You too. I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. See you then next week. Stay warm, Barry, Bill, and all.
All right, Bill.
I'll take care. Be safe.
All right, gentlemen. Take care. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks so much.
See y'all later. Okay.
Be well.
Okay.
Adios, amigos.
Hi, Gim. Thanks for coming in.
You
Yeah,
betcha.
good to see y'all. Okay.
Are we landing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry about your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's, I think he's in a better place right now. He was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you feel that way, but I'm sorry about it anyway.
Yeah.
Glad to see you because we were getting worried about you.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while. Yeah,
Well,
But we'll try to have some new stuff for next time. Some new old stuff, But take care. We'll see y'all next time. And if Tom can't get on, I'm sure I can probably get it started up. I just have to get the credentials going. Okay. All right. Take care, Snake.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Tom. See y'all later.
Hey, Bill, have a good time with your son.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go see
Talk
him.
to you this week before next week. I think
Yeah,
I'll be fine next week. I think I'll be on. I just don't know where I'm going to be doing it from. So if I'm going to be able to make the computer work or not.
Okay. So you can be on the road? So you don't know where?
Going up to Napa.
Drinking wine?
No, just to see, going to a school that Emily wants to go to that she knows the teacher. I don't know it's something going on. But at the time I got to be there and, I just got to find a place that I'll either be on my phone, which I can't put anything up, or I'll find a place to use the computer.
Yeah, well, I'll get your login stuff so I can log in like I'm you, so I can record and all that.
I'll send it to you again.
Okay. All right.
Have a good time today.
Okay, I will. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bill.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye, Snake. Bye, Tom.
Yeah.